All right. We've already covered the good stuff anyway. The good stuff is what y'all been working on. That's what you're going to see in Math 110. Okay, well, you're fine. Because I teach 120, you're fine.
But you don't do that.
Huh? You just want to take these. Sorry. No, I'm just kidding.
I tried to clean it up. It's not working. But there's like a big like behind the door. No problem.
All right, well, the first problem we're going to do, this is about a 7.5. And is it number 5 or 6? You already did these, right? You did 1 through 5 in the office, right?
What was 3?
3 is Z, okay, Z equals, that's the one. Number 3 online is Z is equal to PC over P plus C. Now, before we start talking about solving this, the only thing different about 7.5 and what you've been doing is multiplying through first to get to clear the fraction, and then after you do that, solving for whatever you solve for. So I'm not even going to say what we're solving for because that's not important right now. First thing we're going to do is multiply by what? P plus C over 1. So I'm going to take my red marker. P plus C over 1. P plus C over 1. And when I clear the fraction, then we'll worry about what to solve for. So that'll give me Z times P plus C is equal to PC. Because what happens to these two? They cancel. Now, we've got it all on one level. So all we need to do now, it says solve for P. Now, one of the rules that you need to learn for solving formulas, the first one, is to clear the fraction. We've done that. Okay, clear the fraction. The second rule you need to remember about solving formulas is if there are more than one variable that you're solving for, get variable on one side. Okay, now what are we solving for?
P.
We're solving for P. Do we have more than one P?
Yeah.
Then we've got to get the variable on one side. But we can't do that because P is in the concrete block. So what do we need to do to bust up the concrete block? Distribute. So do that. And we get ZP plus ZC is equal to PC. Now we got to take this P on the other side, and that becomes a minus ZP. So our equation looks like negative ZC is equal to PC minus ZP. Now, once you get your variables on one side, the rule that you're going to use after that is...
How'd you get a negative ZC? No, it's supposed to be a plus.
Positive, it didn't. When I wrote it, it didn't. I don't know why it didn't, but... Let me try another pen. Okay, what do you use after you get all the P's on one side? Factor out a common term. And what term are you going to factor out? the p, because that's what you're solving for. So ZC, sorry, ZC is equal to P times C minus Z. And then now what do we do? By C minus Z. So I'm going to divide this side by C minus Z, and this side by Z plus, sorry, it's supposed to be plus. No, it's not. I brought the ZP over. Yeah. It's supposed to be minus Z. And the C minus Z's cancel over here. And you're left with P is equal to ZC over C minus Z.
What did you get a negative ZC?
Oh.
Where did it go?
Well, we found out this was a positive. I wrote a positive right here, and it didn't write the vertical, and I thought it was a negative. It's a positive.
So that part right there is ZC equals PC minus ZC?
Yeah, ZP. ZC is equal to VC minus ZP.
Okay. ZC.
Yeah. Z what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what's the final answer, ZC over ZZ?
ZC over C minus Z. I'll write it right here. P is equal to ZC over C minus Z.
What section is this again, please?
7.5. I think it's our last section, isn't it?
It is.
Are you going over the homework? You find this?
This is homework. Yeah, I'll go over homework questions. I'm going to do a couple more of these, and then we'll do homework. This is our review day. Any questions on this? Remember this. If you remember this, you shouldn't have any problems on these, no matter how complicated it looks. Did you need something else?
Yeah, I didn't get that.
Okay.
Oh, no, you're fine.
Well, there we go.
Okay.
Where at?
So more than one variable, and it says after that, let's say.
FOCT. Right here.
And above that, get variable.
On one side. Get variable on one side.
Alright, that's what I need right there.
All right, let's try another one. This is number 6. And it says x of t is equal to x of f over 1 minus r. I'll have to hold on a minute. I gotta erase my little tails that it puts on here. There. And that's x of f. I know you can't see that, so I'll erase that and redo it. There. Now, I'm not going to tell you what to solve for because you don't need to worry about that right now. You need to get it on, you need to get rid of the fraction. To multiply both sides by what? 1 minus r.
How quick can you do it?
One minus r times x of t equals x of what? And in fact, I'm going to take off those parentheses and put them around 1 minus r. Now, they want you to solve for R. What's the good news? There's only one what? R. What's the bad news? It's in the what? It's in the parentheses, so you got to bust them up. So bust them up, and you get x of what? X of t minus r x of t, and that's equal to x of f. Now what? Get the x of t on the other side. So that's going to give you negative r x of t is equal to x of f minus x of t. Now what? Divide by what? Negative x of t. Divide by negative x of t. And r is equal to x of f minus x of t over x of t, negative x of t.
Wouldn't the x of t cancel out then?
Yeah, but you have to put it at the, you could write it like this, or r is equal to x of f over negative x of t plus 1. Either one of these.
Why wouldn't the x of t cancel out completely?
They did, right here. X of t over x of t is 1.
No, but then why wouldn't x of f just be in the 1?
This is the common denominator, is it not? This is under this, and this is under this. You can't just cancel something out. You can't do that. This is under this, and this is under this. This is under this, cancels to what? 1. This stays under this because they're different. That's like 2 over 3. Can you cancel 2 over 3? No. This is a 2, this is a 3. This is a 2, this is a 3, this is a 3. These two cancel. These two do not. So you have to write them over.
See, I would have done that too. I would have canceled those out and then R equals X of F.
How could you cancel what out?
That's what we're taught now, you're going to cancel out.
Because you got both.
No, you're not taught to cancel out. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Go over here. W is equal to 2 plus x over x. This is the same thing as this.
Yeah, I'm not going to cancel out X over X.
This is what you cancel out. You just don't cancel out. You can't cancel something over something different. And whenever you see x plus w over w, whenever you see a big fraction bar like this is a common denominator. So you can write it like this. So you can write this one as x over what? Plus w over w. And the w over w cancels out. This does not. And always remember that, because that's one of the things that I used to do when I was a student. And then I started remembering that whenever you have a big fraction bar like that, this guy goes with this, and it goes with this.
Well, plus some rare, right?
Yeah. And that's why you can't cancel them out right here. So that's a good question. Very good question that y'all asked. All right, let's step it up a notch. Yeah, let's do it. I got to discourage you somehow. 1 over d I've already discouraged you.
Yes.
Good. 1 over R plus 1 over P. How have I discouraged you?
And this is number,
A little bit more confusing than I thought it was gonna be, and I'm not gonna have time to. Is that a plus or a minus?
Equals.
Oh.
I'm sorry, this thing is having fits. Okay. Equals. There.
So the common denominator is gonna be DRP.
DRP.
So you just put all three terms for DRP.
So they're nice and hard.
Oh, now it's,
Wait a minute, let me make it hard. Let me get confused.
that's great.
How dare you mess up my confusion?
You know what confuses me? I learned one way in class and then making the computer something else.
Don't worry about that.
Let's start.
I'm Hubert.
but we don't know what we're solving for yet, do we?
Nope,
Oh.
I don't want you to. I'm Hubert. Okay, it says we're solving for D. D as in delta. I'm Hubert. We are going to multiply by what Miss Rose said, DRP over 1, Dr. Pepper over 1. So I'm going to put a baby step in here for you. DRP over 1, DRP over 1, DRP over 1. If you get stuck, always put the baby step in there. That might help you out. Might unstick you. All right, what happens here? These cancel. R's cancel. VP. You have RP equals DP plus DR. Now, what did I tell you? What's the second rule after you clear the fraction?
Priority 1 message coming in on secured channel.
Huh?
Get the variable on one side.
Get the variable on one side. Is the variable on one side?
Yes.
Okay. Now what? Factor out a common term, which is D. So factor out a D. So that would be RP is equal to D times P plus R. And now what? You want D by itself? Divide by what? Divide by P plus R. So, glad you can make it. Come on in whenever you want to. That's okay. RP over P plus R is equal to D. Now, was that hard? Huh? 101? Yeah, you probably did on a less complicated. Yeah. So let's do a nerd.
Okay, so the answer is D plus equals RP plus P over P. Hold on a minute, I'm on.
Are you on the same planet?
What number was that?
Oh,
This is number 7. The answer is RP over P plus R.
okay, so Equals D.
Yeah. If I multiply, if I divide to both sides, that's P plus R.
Oh, no, I understand that. No, what I'm saying is, I need to put the D equals RP or P plus R.
That's fine.
Okay.
Are you saying that Jody and Susie can't switch sides of the seesaw?
You know I'm complicated.
Yeah, you are. That's why you're gonna fail.
Another one.
Well, that's all of those. We just did all the formulas. Now it says, we'll pull up another one. It says find the, I didn't know these were in there, but we'll do it anyway. It says find the variation constant and an equation of variation where y varies directly as x. Y varies, what is it? Directly as x. And it says, and y is equal to 6 when x is equal to 2. Now, what is the variation constant? What letter is the variation constant? What letter is the variation constant? We haven't went over direct and inverse variation? Okay, well, I'll go over it today. I had y'all mixed up with the 155. We have gone over it. I'm sorry.
That must have been the one where I was like, where do you pay them?
Okay. Then just, let's go to the next page and we'll do it. I thought we'd already been over it. There's 3 formulas in 7.5. One is y is equal to k times x, and that's direct variation. Y is equal to k over x, that is inverse variation. And y is equal to k x w, and that's called joint variation. Now, in this section of 7.5, you're going to be working with these 3 formulas. K is what we call a variation constant. Now, a variation constant is basically a fudge factor. Now, you will hear fudge factor in science if you haven't already heard about it. A fudge factor is a number that makes an equation work. All right? Now, you've done this before. Come here, your phone. She texted you. From your phone. K is like let's go to the next page. You don't have to write this down. But let's say that you have an ingredients to make 24 cookies. And what's 24? 2 dozen? So to make 2 dozen cookies, and that's 24. 2 cups of milk, 3 eggs, 1 cup of flour. No, be 1.5 cups. Flour.
Priority 1 message
1 cup
coming
of
in
sugar.
on secured channel.
And 1 stick of butter. Of course, I made this up, so those of you chefs out there, just be quiet. I don't care. I don't know what it makes, but you be all right, okay?
No, any recipe that requires an entire stick of butter.
I just said,
I know, but.
any chefs out there, I really don't care. I just put some be quiet. All right. Now, I want y'all to give me the following. I want y'all to do it on your paper. I want to make 2 dozen. I'm not going to say dozen. I don't want to do dozen. Okay. Sit down. Thank you. We'll answer her back. All right. 24. I want to make 48 cookies. I want you to do that. Tell me how many ingredients I need. I want you to do 72 cookies. Do that. And then I want you to tell me, I want to make 33 cookies. That's when everybody's going to go, oh, so do it. I want you to, it won't take you but a few minutes.
So what you do is just, if you're making 48 cookies, all you do is,
Do it. I don't want you to say anything because I don't want you to steal my thunder because I'm going to show everybody how to do it.
no, I'm asking, like, do you want that formula that you just gave?
No. Don't worry about the formula. This is just you in the kitchen, no algebra, no anything. Yes. Now, what's going to happen is you're going to say, okay, I'm going to say 48, that's easy. And then you're going to say 72, that's easy. And then you're going to get 33, you're going to go, duh. Why?
Because you're not doubling or tripling the recipe.
Exactly. All right, now how did you get the first one, 48? Why did you say double? Where did you get double from?
Because 48 is double of 24.
Okay. And how did you get triple?
You multiply by 2.
Okay. Well, you're doing the right thing, but you're not doing the right thing. All right. To get the constant to multiply by, you take this number and divide by what? This number, and that will give you your conversion factor, which is nothing but a fudge factor. So the first one, you take 48 and divide by 24, and that gives you a conversion factor of 2. So you double everything. 2 times 2 cups of milk is 4. 2 times 3 eggs is 6. 2 times a cup and a half is 3. Please tell me you didn't have to multiply that. 2 times 1 is 1, and 2 times 1 is, 2 times 1 is 2, 2 times 1 is 2. So you just use this conversion factor to double your ingredients. Next one, 72 divided by 24 is 3. And 3 is your conversion factor. So what would you do with 33? And put it in your calculator, what do you get? 1.375. And there's your conversion factor. Now, of course, nobody's going to cook 33 cookies. But the whole point is that you understand you have just found a fudge factor to multiply by to get the ingredients that you need. Now, if you want to Google fudge factor, it's actually out there. Fudge factor is used in science a lot. It's actually a number that you find that will make the equation work. And we just did that. Here's our equation right here. And here is what we want. So what will make it work? Those three numbers right over there. All right? Now, K is your conversion factor. So you need to write that down. K never changes. K is always K. The other variables may change, but K never changes. K is your conversion factor. K never changes. They may ask you to change the variables in the three equations that I gave you, but K will not change. And here's the type problems you're going to have. The first type problem, they're just going to ask you to plug and chug. The second type problem, they're going to ask you to find K. The third type problem, they're going to ask you to find K, and then they're going to give you more information. Okay? So there's your three type problems, and after we go through a couple, you'll start to see what I'm talking about. Now, in the problem we were going to start a while ago, it says that there's our two jiggers. It says y varies directly as x. Now, that's the first one because it says directly. So we're going to use y is equal to k times x. And how did we know to use kx? Because it says directly. And now what are you going to do with 6 and 2?
Well, that's how practice say varies before, or like.
It'll say varies directly, varies inversely, varies shortly. It'll just say it has to. Now it might switch the variables, and I'll show you those in just a minute. So what are we going to do with the 6 and the 2? Plug and chug. Now this one, what are we doing? Are we plugging and chugging, or are we finding K? You're finding K because K is going to be by itself with numbers around it, so you got to solve for it. Plug and chug is when they give you K and X. I won't give you very many of those because most of you can do those. All right. These are the ones that I actually start giving you. So y is equal to K times 2. And how do we solve for K? Divide by 2. So K is equal to what? Now get used to this. Take the 3 and do what? Plug it back in, and your equation is y is equal to 3 times x. That's your equation. Now this is the problem. This is a problem we found K. You plug and chug and you find K. All right, let's try another.
Was that a number? Was that a certain number on 7.5?
Number 7. All right, I'm going to put another one on the board.
No, number 7 was the one that we're asking.
Oh, yeah, number 8. I'm sorry. I'm going to do number 9 now. Number 9 says find the variation constant in an equation of variation. Find the equation. Y varies directly as x when y is 6.3 and x is 3. So I'm just going to change this one because everybody's still writing. This is 6.3 and X is 3. So plug and chug and solve. So 6.3 goes here. And 3 goes here. And what is our final answer? 2 point what? And then 2.1 goes right.
So all you do is divide 8 by 3, 3, 5. You always try to calculate.
Always.
And then you put it back into the problem.
Do this right here. Put it back in. All right, here's another one. Y varies directly as X. Find the constant, find fudge factor, find K, whatever you want to call it, when Y is equal to 2. Let me just read out this. Y is equal to K times X. Y is equal to 2, and X is equal to 1/5.
You know, on the final answer, when you said y equals 2.1, why would you not just say k equals?
They will, but see, to do the next type problem where they give you more information, you got to have an equation. And that's why they want you to write the equation. Okay, plug and chug. So 2 is equal to K times 1/5. Now what do we do to solve for K? 5. 5. We get 10 is equal to K. So therefore, Y is equal to 10 times X.
Priority 1 message coming in on
And that
secure
is
channel.
your equation. Now, remember the 3 equations. Write those down again. I mean, if you don't have them, write them down. Because we're going to do another one. It's going to be a little bit different. And then we're going to start switching the variables. 7.5.
Can you go back after that?
No. So what do you want to go to?
I need to get number 3. I got 4 and 6. I need to get number 3. And then I need to get the last part of
I'm trying to find it. Hold on. That one?
Yeah.
Find K, and then they're going to give you more information to plug and chug. Anybody else needs to go back and forwards?
Okay, go back to the last problem. Okay.
That one? Let me clean it up because this thing is not working very well.
What number was that?
That one was number 10 online. Y is equal to 10x, not 10, whatever that looks like. I need to go back. There we go. Okay. Now let's do a nerd. That bottom one's Y also. All right. This one is find the variation constant in an equation of variation where Y varies inversely as X. Y varies inversely as X. Y is equal to 3 and X is equal to 4. Alright, so go ahead and do that. Find the equation with the conversion factor. So which one is it? First, second, or third equation?
Second.
Y is equal to K over X. 3 is equal to K over 4. So K is equal to what? 12. And you take that 12, plug it back in. Y is equal to 12 over what? I can't use this marker, it's just driving me crazy. Go back to the other one.
Is that number 11?
Yes. All right, now I'm going to put number 14 on the board. And that's where you're going to see the difference. That's why I pulled up.
So when you're solving for those, you're always going to put it back in.
Well, they may ask you, they may not ask you, but I always tell students to put it back in the equation to get in what? To get in the habit of doing it. Because that's what you're going to be asked to do. So they may ask you the equation, they may ask you just for the constant.
So if they say K equals the open box.
K is equal, you just put the number in there. All right, y'all are there. And I'll do number 14. Now my 14 will be, number-wise, it'll be a little bit different from yours, but it'll be the same type problem. So, I'll just do homework. And 7.5. And number 14, that's what we're on. I don't know why it does that. I have to go down here and get it. All right. Hooke's laws. Anybody know what Hooke's law is? It's physics. It's the stretching of a spring. You're going to study it in Calc 2. How'd I know that? Because I teach Calc 2. And you're going to see it in physics also. Those of you that take calculus, you're going to see it. The distance d when a spring is stretched by hanging objects varies directly as the weight, W, of the object. Stop. Now they're telling you right there which formula to use. And they're telling you that you need to change the variables respectively. And then the second part of the equation says if the distance is 60 centimeters when the height is 2 kilograms, what is the distance when the height is 5 kilograms? Comma separates part 1 from part 2. Part 2 is more information. Here's your more information right here. So, what you need to do is label this right here as your equation. Label this part 1, find K. Label this part 2, more information. And start doing it. Go ahead and start. You know it says directly. Does it say directly? Yes. So which one you're going to use? Y is equal to K what? K times X. But they don't want K times X. They want what? They got something else up there. What do they have? D, and which variable does not change? You do it respectively. Respectively means the order that it's in, the equation is going to be respective to the order it is in the problem. Thank you. So D comes first, so D is going to replace what? Good job. Who said that?
Me.
W is going to be in place of what? Why not K? Because K never changes. K always stays K.
Coming in on secured
Do
channel.
it. Oh, I hope it rains all week. We hope it rains all week because we are in the middle of a drought. We are in the middle of a drought. Okay. Let me put that in. Let me put that in the order, okay? Yes.
So, I'm sorry, converting the problem into the formula that we use, that D is equal to W.
Write your y is equal to K times X, right there. Now, W replaces. Go down. Let me show you how I do it. I can't write on this. Hold on. I write my y is equal to K times X,
Secured
and
channel.
then I go down here, and what is y going to change into? D is equal to K, and then X changes to, so here is my new equation, and that's how you convert it. Yes. Walt, what were you gonna say? Okay? All right, now, so we've done this part. Here's this part right here. So that's that. Now part 2, we'll take D is equal to K times W. This is part 2. This is finding the equation. Find equation. Now part 1. If the distance is 60 centimeters, where does 60 go?
The D spot.
The D spot, yep. And weight is what?
2.
Then what are we going to find?
30.
And 30 is K. What do we do with K? Because you learned from doing it before, what do you do with K? plug it back in. So D is equal to 30 times W, and this is part 2. And we just did, that's part 1, we just did that. Now what?
You get from 5 to 2.
D is equal to 30 times 5, which is 150. And that's how you do these problems. The first couple of problems you're going to have on homework is just finding K, and they're going to ask you for the equation. The second part of problem, the second type of problem is going to be like this. And it starts, let me see your homework. Number 14 is your first problem. So 14 through 23 is pretty much going to be these type problems, unless they throw something else in there I don't know about. So let's do another one.
Let me ask you.
Yeah.
You started out at 2 kilograms, and you needed to find out how many at 5 kilograms. Would it be 150 or would it be 120? Because you're already at 2, and you want to keep going up till you get to 5.
Wait a minute, let me
So I
see the
multiply
question.
that
Hold on,
by-
hold on. Let me see what the
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, let me see. I don't think they want you to think that in detail. It says the distance when a spring is stretched by a hanging object varies directly as the weight of the object. If the distance is 60 centimeters when a weight is 2 kilograms, they're saying that a spring stretches 60 centimeters. So it must be, they must be assuming it's sitting at 0. In other words, they don't give you the length of the spring. They don't give you that. So they're just telling you that the spring, let's say it's at rest. When you attach that 200, it's going to go 160 centimeters or whatever it says, 60 centimeters. And then they're going to take the weight off. What happens to the spring? Boom, it goes back. All right. Then you put the other spring, the other weight on it, it's going to go what? 150. They're not asking you to deduct anything. I know what you're talking about. You're talking about the length of the spring. They don't give you that. That'll be in your physics and calc too.
I'm overthinking that.
Yes. Let's see what the answers are and see if because I don't see how they could give you. The only thing you could do is subtract 60, but that would be assuming that the length of the spring is 60, and you can't do that because the length of the spring is not there because it's stretched with a 2 kilograms. So it'd have to be just. This is just generic. It's not specified. So let's see what they get. 150. Yeah. All right, so let's do another one. Let's do number 16. And I'll let y'all do that one. By yourself. I'll blow it up a little bit for you. And read it. It says, the number of kilograms of water in a human body varies directly as the mass of the body. Water, I'd probably change it to W, and then mass I would change to, what do you think I'd change mass to? M. A 90 kilogram person contains 60 kilograms of water. How many kilograms of water are in a 63 kilogram person? So this is just like the cookie example.
Since it says
Directly, y is equal to k times x. my gosh. Hobby Lobby. The Supreme Court rules in favor of Hobby Lobby. That is a good thing to me, in my opinion. It says Supreme Court rules in favor of religious liberty in Hobby Lobby case. You'll have to Google it. I'm not going to get into it. That's fine. Whoever said that. And I want it to stay. I don't know who said it because I don't want to fail you because of that.
I think I got this right. Would it have a decimal in it?
I have no idea because I haven't done the problem. We'll do it right now. I just wanted to give y'all some time to do it, but no, you're trying to rush us, so go ahead and do it.
Take your time. Take your time.
No, that means I can pile more on you. The number of kilograms of water, blah, 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 blah. So that'd be Y is equal to K times X. So water, or kilograms, I don't care what you use, W is equal to K times M. There's our equation. So now I'm going to take that equation and do part one. I forgot. W is equal to K times M, and that takes care of this part. 90 kilograms contain, I got it backwards, sorry. A 90 kilogram person is equal to 60 kilograms of water. Divide by 90, and K is equal to what? 2/3, which is point what? 67. Repeating. Somebody check me. So I take K, and what do I do with K? Plug it back in, Hubert. That's right, class. Oops, sorry. Let me move this over. Gosh, it's actually going to do it for me? No, it's not. One of these days, y'all going to have to show me how this thing works. I try. So, W is equal to 2/3 times M. And that takes care of this. Now what does it say? How many kilograms of water are in a 63 kilogram person? 2/3 times 63 over 1. How many times will 3 go into 63? 21 times 2 is 42. And one of the reasons, why did I use 2/3 instead of 0.67? Because when you start using decimals, you have to rely on what?
Calculator?
Yep. You have to rely on a calculator. Unless you're Rain Man, and you run around figuring stuff in your head. Like how many toothpicks are on the floor? 212. Some of y'all have no idea what I'm talking about. You talk to your parents. All right. Question.
Nobody say yet.
All of you should be saying, "Oh God, Hubert, you make this so much easier." I know. No comment.
It's easy once you figure out what you need to plug in and where, but that's where I get.
Well, I'm trying to show you in a consistent way. I'm trying to show you how to. You say I do it part one, or I'm doing it in 3 parts. And if you do it that way every time, you should be able to get them. 42, and I feel good about myself. Everybody got it? All right, let's go to 18. All right, now this one adds a twist. So go ahead and write it down, and I'll You don't have to work it because some of you may not be able to, because I do not like the way they put a phrase in here. I don't like it. I'll just go ahead and tell you. The square of. That is not the square root of. You need to highlight that. That is something squared. I don't like the way they write the square of, because everybody thinks the square root. It's not the square root. It's squared. So whatever it says is as the square of, I want you to mark through that with a highlighter, and I want you to put squared.
So that would be X squared, right?
Yeah, that's what I want you to do. Now this is the first type of problem. They give you X and Y and you find K. Idiot. I love that. Don't you love it when somebody passes you like at 90 miles an hour and they run off the road or they get caught by a cop? I love it. It's called karma. Let's look at some examples of karma. You want to? Nice break.
Your son's trying to marry me off.
What?
Your son's trying to marry me off.
Oh my.
He's like, you're over 19, you can get married.
No
My
comment.
son's married you?
You want you I would say something about my EX, but I'm not. That's where he gets it from. What am I looking for? Well, my daughter's probably going to be married before she gets out of college. That's one of the reasons. That's one of the reasons I am separated. I mean, and single, divorced, whatever you call it. One of the reasons. Yeah, but that was a different time. I mean, was it not? No, I mean, what?
How much is raining?
No, what I'm saying is, about how long have you been married?
10 years.
Okay, 10 years. We didn't have cell phones 20 years ago. I mean, think about it. There's a lot of changes happened in the last 20 years, and not to mention the last 10 or 15 years. Shh. No.
You remember an old father?
Yep.
Mom found the pictures of you talking at the old college.
Okay.
And then the back
Okay. Okay.
Daddy, it's raining.
Okay. It's raining, y'all. Make everybody happy.
We gonna watch Karma?
Yep, we are. 5
Okay,
minutes
I
right
have a
now.
question real fast.
No, we're doing something else right now.
We're on Facebook.
Yeah, we're on Facebook. I don't know why you want to talk about. Gosh.
I mean, I'll be my homework. Is it?
No, I'm kidding.
No, it's fine.
No, I'm kidding.
But I need to do it anyway.
Okay,
I was
what?
supposed to come Thursday, and then
I was going to show you.
water stopped, and then you got sick on Thursday.
I did not
so-
feel good.
so
Obama loses another one. If y'all don't know, the Supreme Court has done what to Obama? They have turned on Obama.
Oh, yeah.
They have turned on him. Where is it? It's on my Facebook.
Did you get tagged in that video yesterday of Walt?
No, I didn't get a video from you. Well, it's
Not
not on
from
here.
me. It was you, like Savannah McLean tagged everybody in it.
What kind of dog is that?
I don't know.
Got
Dogs are
baptized
stupid.
Yesterday, y'all.
What is?
Walt got baptized yesterday.
He's been baptized twice.
I'm Savannah.
First time it didn't work.
Yeah,
Okay, well, be quiet. Okay, let's get back. I got to find it. I'll find it and on the next problem. How about that? Okay. There we go. What?
Alright, so I have a question,
Yes.
since we're back to this now. So what am I squaring?
So first of all, right, y is equal to k times x, and that is right there. The only thing you haven't done is this. So what are you going to do? You're going to put a square there. And now plug in what you need to. 0.44 is equal to k times 0.1 quantity squared. Solve. 0.1 squared is 0.01. Somebody help me out. I always get confused with decimal squares.
0.01, yes.
Okay. 0.44 is equal to k times 0.01. Divide by 0.01. It's going to be a big number. And k is equal to what? What? Well, it's going to be big in relation to the decimals.
Oh.
Is equal to, hold on. K is equal to 44. Now, what do you do with K?
Plug it back in.
Plug it back in. So your, I don't know if it says equation or not, is equal to 44 x squared. This is your equation. And that's your answer.
So can you type that in and see, so you just type in 44x squared?
Mm-hmm. Shift up. There you go. I got it right.
I got one right, Mr. McCoy.
You got one right.
Ask a question from that last problem. I thought that 90 would be that wide.
What? You said what now?
I think my problem will be, well, you got to plug and chug it in. The last time I put the 90 equals k over 60. That's how I got that. This is 1.25 or something like that. But you
Right
gotta-
here?
No.
That's the problem you're talking about
Oh,
right
yeah,
here.
Yeah, that's it. I didn't even get that. Because what I did, I put the 90 equals k over 60.
Y is equal to k times x. Right, just like that. And then you change the variables. W is equal to k times m. And then W, it says up here, a 90 kilogram person. Well, what is kilogram person? Is that mass or is that water?
Water.
No, it's not. 90 kilogram person. That's mass.
Oh, well, I'm sorry.
That's what you weigh. Okay? Now, some physics teachers will fuss at me for saying that because weight is mass times gravity. Okay? So, you plug in mass as 90 and you plug in the water as 60. Okay. All right? And then I think you just had it crisscrossed. I think you just,
That's what I did.
yeah. All right, let's do a nerd. Let's do 20. Uh-oh. Look what we got. Look what we got.
One message coming in on secured channel.
Jointly, so work on that one. And I'll try to find the video. Okay, Walt, they're on the way. No, you go when you see the car. There you go. All right, I'm going to let y'all work on that one. I'm gonna freeze it so I can find y'all's video. I hope it does that all week.
Yay. That means we get to go nothing. That is so adorable. But I have to say, that's fun. The last time I went, I literally washed my hair like
There it is. I'll put it on my page. Okay. Let's see if it shows up. There it is. All right, y'all ready? Oh, you got to unfreeze it. All right. Boom! I'm going to rewind it and make it. Hold on. Let me rewind it. I don't know, I turn the speakers off. I have to turn the speakers on every time I come in here. Jerk. All right, y'all ready?
yeah.
It has no sound.
Oh my gosh.
Uh-oh. That part.
Ooh, I love that one.
Now that one's funny. That one's funny.
Oh, poor cat. Oh, the cat made him fall. I just thought I'd show you that. At least he didn't hurt his car.
Looks like something like that.
The cat claws him. So watch out when you try to do something. You better watch out. Alrighty. I thought it was longer than that. I'm sorry. Alrighty. So this one says find an equation in which y varies jointly. So that'd be y is equal to k times x times w. Okay, they use z. I'm sorry. All right, and y is 36. X is what? 4. And z is 36. Basically, you get 36 on both sides. And what do you get? K is equal to what?
1.
So you plug it back in. Y is equal to 1 times x times z. Now you don't have to put the 1. You could say y is equal to xz. But I want you to do it this way because you need to put k back in. And you need to, if that was a 2, you wouldn't not put it. So I don't know, they probably want xz, but we'll put it in and see. 1 times xz. Yeah, they took it. All right, here is one that I want you to work on. I'll blow it up. And this is a part 1, 2, and 3, I think. I don't know, maybe just part 1.
Jointly and inversely.
So it's going to use 2 of your equations.
So on that one that we just did, where it's y equals k x w, and y or k ended up equal 1. So you're gonna end up putting y equals x w. That's it.
1 times kz. I mean, y is equal to kz. Find the equation of variation if y varies jointly as w and the square of x and inversely as z. So just follow the sentence and do what it says and you should be okay.
But should you do inversely first, so you can get the square of x and put that into the joint?
You're just going to do y is equal to wx squared over, I'll let you finish it. So what's it going to be? I gave you most of it. Y is equal to W. Okay, sorry, forgot K. K times W X what?
Square.
Over Z. Yep, jointly and what? Yep, use them both. And this is called a combined. No, inversely is K over X. Combined is when you take 2 of them and combine them. But they don't, I usually don't do a lot of combines, but it's supposed to be a little bit more challenging. You should be able, you're not going to do 2 separate formulas. You're going to do it.
Would we have one of those on the test?
I'll have on yours, yeah. Yours will probably have 10. No, I'll probably have a few. There'll probably be one of each. Okay. So what do they give you? Y is equal to what? 4. W is what? 5. X is what? 2. And Z is what? 20? Now before you start reaching for a calculator, just chill. Because I believe some of you might be able to do this. Because what happens right here? You get what? 20 over 20. And that's K is equal to what? 4. And then you just plug it in. Y is equal to 4 W X squared over Z. Huh?
Okay, so
What? What's 2 squared?
I got it.
4 times 5 is
20.
20 over 20. Don't look at a problem and reach for the calculator. Work the problem first and see if you can just do it. That's what's wrong with our people that run cash registers now. They depend on
Priority
calculators
1
too
message
much.
coming in on secured channel.
Huh?
So I'm still appreciating that.
Well, I mean,
Ever since you said something, I started
Good. Just make sure you don't stay. Don't do this. What's the 6 cent for? Don't do that because that will really piss people
I
off.
say,
Okay, there you go. Good job. You're using that brain. Don't you know the 81 McDonald's?
yeah.
I shut that place down. The manager had to go out to his car and get a calculator. I mean, his office. He had to go out to his office and get a calculator because I gave the thing. It was $9.56, and I gave him a 10, and I gave him 6 cents. And he just looked at me and, what am I supposed to do with this?
Oh my God.
And he just stood there, and I said, give me my change back. And he tried to give me that back, and I went, no.
Really not that.
And then he called the manager, and the manager said, hold on, I'll be right back. And he went and got a calculator, and brought it up there.
Sometimes though, when
And
you
then they
get on
went,
a spot like that,
oh.
you're like, crap. Like that really happens to me. When people like put me on the spot, I just
Well, after you do it 2 or 3 times, you'll get used to it.
yeah. So now I'm used to it, but they used to do it to me when I first started, and I was like,
Well, you know whose fault that
"Here,
is.
Daddy,
Okay, go ahead. You know whose fault that is?
Daddy, they're here."
I said, go ahead.
Oh.
Okay? I said, that is your school's fault.
Well, I've already been told that Westside doesn't prepare me for college.
Well, it's not just West Side. It's a lot of schools. They're so worried about, you going to give me a hug?
Oh.
They're so worried. Huh?
You give her
Yeah. Give your students a hug. All right.
Hello.
Good.
Hello.
All right. I haven't seen anything. Okay, you got videos, but I didn't. All right, but that's because of somebody else.
Let me ask you a question so the answer's wrong.
I'm trying to get to it. I'm talking, and I got my mind off what I'm doing. There we go. I wanted to hit check. I had need to hit one more time,
Don't you have to plug it in?
and there it is.
Or do you want something else?
Okay? All right, next one. All right, try that. Like I said, that's the way my ex-wife thinks. That's crazy. I have to look at it.
They're so funny.
All right, the intensity I of light received at a source varies inversely as the square of the distance from the source. If the light intensity is 87 foot candles at 50 feet, find the light intensity at 10 feet, or whatever. You can't see it on the wall. I'm there to see it. That's what I'm sure you see. All right. So, varies inversely. Y is equal to what? Y is equal to K over X. So, I is equal to K over what? D squared. You feel me? Because what does the sentence say? What does it say?
Square. I see that the source varies inversely with the square of the distance d.
The square. And I told you, when you see the square of, that means not square root, it means what? Squared. I guess he made it. 5 minutes later. All right, so that takes care of all of this. If the light intensity is 87, at what? 50 feet. Then that's going to be 87 is equal to K over
Priority
25
message
what?
coming in on secured channel.
2,500. So multiply that out. K is equal to, somebody multiply that out for me, the lane green man. 2,500 by 87, what does that come out to be?
Priority 1 message coming in on secured channel.
What?
You want the decimal form? Like, don't you do?
That shouldn't be a decimal, it should be even numbers.
217,500.
217,500. And that's what? K. What do we do with K? Plug it back in and get a new formula. So I'm going to go ahead and let you catch up on that.
What were you multiplying together?
Solve for K. How do you solve for K? Multiply both sides by what? Multiply by 2,500 on both sides. So I'm going to take that out over here. I'm going to put 217,500. Now, that's my new equation. So I is equal to 217,500 over x what? Squared. And what did they say? Find the light intensity at 10 feet. So that'd be 217,500 divided by 100, or 10 squared. And what does that give you? 2,100 and what? Yep. Didn't even need a calculator for it. Well, you did for that big number over there.
So, the light intensity at 10 feet
It's
is
2175.
what candles?
Yep.
2,175 per candle.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Well, that's how light. If you ever buy a big floodlight, it's measured in foot candles, or candlelight power is what they call it. Mm-hmm.
I got one question.
Yes. Hold on a minute. Yes.
The other problems is gonna be in the maroon shirt, right? From last week.
It's what?
You gonna be in a maroon shirt on YouTube?
Yeah, I'm doing, right, yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep going.
No. What I'm saying is, when I looked at YouTube this weekend, it was a week ago when you was in a maroon shirt. That's the one I need to be looking at?
I guess. I'll have to, it'll have the date on it. Are you going to YouTube and going to 102?
Yeah.
Yeah, I put them up there.
Okay.
I'll check it to make sure, but that's all your homework. If y'all don't realize that, I just did all your homework.
I appreciate that. I'm gonna have a hard time with the rest of it tonight.
All right, let's look at a couple of your homework problems.
No, we are getting this, make sure I did it right.
Let me look up your email. Hold on just a second.
We have 7 minutes.
I know. At least I can get a couple. I'll do these homework problems on video. I will put your test up today, probably.
When is our test due by?
23rd. All right. Bye-bye. Let's see if I can find some in chapter 7. That's 7:1. I want to try to get some 7:4. 7:4.
cowboy boots on.
And the
I'm just as tall as
7:4.
you, 6'6".
7:5. We did this one, I think, but let me look.
No, remember, I think that's the one.
Okay, that's the one you sent.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll do it. All right, try that one.
Did I do that one right? 'Cause I wasn't watching you on the board, I was just doing it.
Okay.
That's
Okay, y is equal to k over d. Then you plug in 82 and 15 and solve it. Yeah, that's right.
And there's
And
the
plug
answer.
that back in for k. That needs to be plugged in for k.
So you,
Where did you
because
do
that's the 5 feet answer. That it said, you know.
Did you plug this in for k right there?
No, I didn't know that goes back in for to solve
That's
that
what
one.
we've been telling you. That's what I've been telling you.
I thought you just needed.
No, you always plug k back in. So that would be I is equal to
No, that's probably
18,450 over d squared. And what is d? So that's going to be I is equal to 18,450 over 5 squared. And then you do that. That's your answer.
So that gives you the answer for the whole entire problem. I thought they were only doing it
No,
to
just
say, you
part
know,
1,
find it at 15 and then 5 it at 5.
part 2, and then part 3. Part 3, and you plug it back in.
To only find the very last part.
Yep, very last part. All right, what's the common denominator? V over y is equal to A over B. What? YB. So YB over 1, and that's going to give you YB over 1 times B over Y is equal to YB times A over 1. And what happens to the, over B, sorry. What happens to the Y's? That leaves you with BB. What happens to the B's? YA. And what are we solving for?
B.
So divide both sides by what? B. And B is equal to AB, or AY over what? All right, I will do a video tomorrow morning of the rest of the homework problems and put them up. And I will also, hold on, let me stop this and stop that, and I'll post